It's time for the tier list update, anniversary edition. So we've gotten a lot of units lately, and let's see where they belong. And before we get to the new units, let's first start with the one that's already here. Let's see if some of these characters deserve to move. Madara, you can stay. These top 4 can stay. You can stay. I want to change the order up a bit, like this. That's fine. Hashirama can stay because anytime the Uchiha's on the top, Hashirama's always good. Sasuke. Yeah, Sasuke is going down because he doesn't have a team. I don't see a reason to ever use this Sasuke. There's really no reason to use him. Man, you can never get a good Sasuke in this game. Just agree why. Kakashi can stay because he can still debuff everyone. Minato can stay because he's a free unit that does a lot of damage. Madara can stay. You can stay. You can stay. And then for here, these are fine. These are fine. I'm moving this duo down here for now. Or Enbu, I'm sorry. They got a new name. They're not called duos anymore. They're Enbu units. Sakura can stay. Naruto's going down. Conan staying, and you're the free lead. So good. Obito stay. Izuna can stay. For female PvP whenever they want to do that. You can stay. I guess these can stay because they're AoE. That's pretty much what I have this for. If you're an AoE unit and you have some extra lives, you can stay in double S. You can either or just move there. You can stay. Everyone here is fine so far. Yeah. These looks good so far. And then for bot here, this is pretty much those who are either single target or just don't bring a lot. So, anyone worthy? Okay, that's pretty good. You can go down. No one will run you as lead in this game mode, and Hiruzen can go up here. Oh, let's see. You're no one's using you guys ever, so you guys can drop. And yeah, that's it for that. And let's start putting units up here. And let's start with the free Enbu that we got this anniversary. For free unit, they're going to S. Skill wise, they're the second worst Enbu behind Naruto and Sasuke, but they are free. So you don't really have an excuse anymore. I don't have an Enbu. What do I do? Who do I replace it with? You got a free one right here. They're not the priority if you have other Enbu, but they're free. You can never go wrong with free. And then after him, we got, and we back. I forgot to put the anniversary unit here. I apologize for that. So, Kizuna V5 Naruto. How good are you? Easy. You're not. Wherever these units are, you're ahead of them, probably. I would let me put you guys on the top, just so it's easier to see. Yeah, Naruto's not that good. All he does is damage, and I don't care for Kizuna damage, to be honest. It's not high enough to do anything. And the Hinata form is better, but not that much better. Let me just group these up nicely to make it nice to see. These orders kinda don't matter. Kinda do, but they kinda don't. I try to order them best, but also group them together. Like, I'm grouping the Kizuna together because they're different than everyone else because they can go 0 cost. But Sakura's better. Tachi's better. There you go. That would be that for the anniversary unit. And then after the anniversary unit, we get Obito. God V2 Obito. And my god, what did they do to you? What did they do to you? You are an A plus, because why would I ever run you? I don't ever see a reason to run you, and because of that, you're here. Where's his buddy at? Did I ever put him here? Because GKV3 Obito is literally, yeah, this one. They're pretty much the same unit, except his is a insta-kill, is a unique state, but it's also single target. And why would I ever run you if I have an AoE version of you? It just doesn't make any sense. And after him, oh, actually before him, last month's birthday Sasuke is an S tier. It's not even good enough to put in SS because he has no team. Literally, they made him sound, therefore he has 0 team to run with. Like, if you look here, who's a sound? No one, except for Kabuto, who's somewhere in here, over here. Kabuto's an A plus. That's your only other sound. You don't even see an Orochimaru anywhere, because God Orochimaru is like one of the worst gods in the game. Like, why did they do that to you? Like, if I have to choose between this Sasuke or them, I might run them, because they're Konoha, so they get boosted by Konoha. They get boosted by V11's first strike, and they don't. It's pretty tragic. So after that, we got the LP5 of Naruto. It's a free one that's better than these two. But is he better than these two? To be honest, I don't think so. Because he has 5 lives. He cancels. I guess I cancel. I'll put him here for now. Because he brings some debuff. These two only bring damage and a little bit of support. He brings support with some debuff and some cleansing and dispelling. But not as good as him debuffing and not as good as him in damage. So, but for a free unit, he's not bad. He has 5 HP. 5 revives. Pretty solid. So then back to Obito. Because after Obito, we got 3 legendary potential with him. So let's start with the ones that we already have that got a legendary potential. This Obito is an S tier, because he doesn't bring anything. He doesn't have any revives unless you give him potential. But is he worth the ores, the gold? I don't think so. I don't even want to run him. And we have this Obito. This Obito is going to SS. He's single target. I'm pretty sure he's the only single target in SS. I think these are all AoEs. Yeah, these are all AoEs. The reason why he's here is because he's a base 7 star with 5 lives. So that's like 120 million HP. And he heals you when you attack. He's just toxic. I want to put him in SSS, but he doesn't really help you much as a teammate. But as an enemy, he is terrifying. So that's why he's there. And this Obito is right here. Let me group them up. So let's start with Konoha. So they're gonna be in order, but also grouped up. So affiliation on top. So Konoha. This is none. So there's your none. There's your Akatsuki. Let me just move all the Konohas in front. So these order matter based on affiliation. So I have them here because I'm not saying, for example, that Hashirama is better than this Madara. So you can just put up a cutoff point right here, since these are the Konoha ones, and I'm saying these are the Konoha in order. So he's the best, second best, third best, fourth best, etc. So then for none, let's go with this order. I would put Akatsuki first, but Akatsuki is there's kind of a lot of Akatsuki here. So here's the order for none. Madara is your best none for sure, followed up by this Obito and whoever I'm putting up here next. So then okay, that's perfect. And then for this one, let's do the exact same thing. So the best Konoha in this tier, I would say, is Hashirama, followed up by V9 into the double V4 God Anniversary unit, and then Sasuke. Sasuke can be here, and then Minato. Is Minato better? No, Minato is not better than that. Sakura is gonna be last. She's just up here because she's a female for female PvP whenever that comes out. And there you go. And then for none, I want to say Obito. Yeah, that's fine. And I'll move you down here. Oh, Kakashi is here. And for Akatsuki, you're better because you're not always hit. You're also not always hit. Oh, another one here. There you go. And oh, none here. Yeah, these orderings are annoying. And you better than this. No, you're over here. For S, I'm not even gonna bother. S is tragic. So if you have units in S, these are pretty much your last resort units if you don't have anyone else better. So back to the tiering. Now that that's in order, now this makes everything easier. This Obito, where does every single target LP goes? Over here in S. So let's put you up here. This is not good. I don't know why I'd ever want to run a single target unit in this meta. He insta kills, sure, but like your GKV3 version also insta kills and is an AoE. So and he's a base 7 star also, so your stats are pretty much the same. I don't ever see a reason for using this Obito over this Obito. And with that, we have the new Enbu in the game. That is weird. Okay, Enbu Kaguya. Enbu Kaguya is easily up here for sure. But now, what do I think about this Kaguya? If I made this tier list yesterday, I would say she is the best unit for none. I would say that because none doesn't really have a viable state removal. You have this Izuna, but do you want to run an Izuna when you already have Madara? So this Izuna is only here to remove states. That's his only job. He does damage, but damage is not as big as Madara because you're sending their HP to 1. So it could be useful, but not viable. So then you have this Kaguya. Her formation is really strong. Plus the animation is great. It actually changes like a terrain. It gives an extra turn, and then it makes it so terrains don't even matter. So that kills Itachi, and pretty strong. It does damage, but that would be yesterday. But today, we got something that's very, very stupid, and that is a legendary potential for Izuna. Izuna is now the second best none legendary potential. And what does that give us? That means that this Izuna, who I said before, his job was only to make it so the enemy can't have states. But now, with the legendary potential, he still does that, as well as killing the enemy in one shot. So he insta-casts S1, which deals big damage, makes the enemy weak to fire, and then does 2 or 3 additional hit. But now you double that damage, and you add 4 more penetrating additional because of LP5. And he insta-casts that turn 1 when he sees a Konoha. So now you can easily end the game without even pressing a button because of that. And now that he's your main removal of state, this Kaguya's role now downgraded to just being a formation bot. Plus insta-kill, but do you really care about insta-kill? Not really, because this team, you set their HP to 1, you one-shot them. He does a lot of additional, You don't care about the insta-kill anymore. So now you're a formation bot. Is your formation so much better than these two? It's better, for sure. But not that better. The best thing you want on a formation, of course, you get it. Every formation has it, was insta action, insta cast, and first strike disable. Every formation has it. But the second best thing for that is extra turn. She grants extra turn, they grant extra turn. So I actually put them back here. So you see, I dropped them in the beginning, saying that if Izuna didn't get an LP, Kaguya is your most important nut. Now that Izuna got an LP, Madara is your most important nut. And these two are now interchangeable. Kaguya is better, 100%. But if you have these two, that's perfectly fine because you have a state removal now. That was their weakness all along. One of their weaknesses. The other weakness is a zero cost Kizuna, but that's not out yet. So we don't know when that's going to be. And that's probably going to be the only thing preventing them from being a tier 0 team. As of right now, I want to say they're tier 1. Tier 0 is still Konoha because this Naruto is not stupid. So this LP makes this Kaguya less valuable, sadly. But still OP. So now I would say your priority is Madara. Either LP5 works, LP0 works. Izuna, this one I would say you want at least LP1 for double damage. And then formation, any formation works. And then you can have this Obito for your backup insta-kill who is going to get an extra turn. So there's your Nun team, just right here, the T set. Or this if you don't have Kaguya. But this is actually passable now. Before it wasn't. Because if you didn't run them, you needed Kaguya. Or else you would have to use like a Ranbu Kaguya for your state removal. Or bring them. I don't know if you really want that. Because it's Konoha. You're going to trigger something very bad. Just because you're a Konoha, which is him one-shotting your team. And yeah. But Izuna's not the only one who got an LP. The other two units that got an LP is Kabuto. Kabuto's an SS. He's pretty solid. I'm gonna put him down here. Now, that's your support for Sasuke and Orochimaru. We now finally got a second unit that we can use for this team. That's 2 out of 5. We got 3 more spots to go. 3 more spots. Why did they make you sound? If they made you none, you would be up here or in SS. But they made you sound, so that's bad. And then the last one, GK Izuna. I believe you're single target. So if you're single target, you're up here. Who cares about your terrain? Terrains don't matter in this game anymore. I believe they give terrain immunity as well. And she just says no to terrain at all. So yeah, there's your tier list. And let's double check. Probably still the best unit in the game. Because you give first strike to everyone. Pretty solid. This is your counter to your Nun team. Because Nun does not have status effect removal. That's their weakness. Because Konoha has it in Sakura. And then they're just straight up immune because of states. So you're going to be very valuable. You're valuable because you're just debuffing. So if you put them in the back with this team, it's going to smack them, debuff them, and then that's it. Just big damage. I just put you here because you're new. You're the newest free unit. And we've been saying in the past that if you got legendary potential, you're probably going to be the best one. But your damage is good, but like you're just tanky. So that's good enough. If he removed God State, oh my goodness. He'll be up here, but he doesn't. And then we already talked about Nun. And then in the past, just these Madara are great supports for Madara teams. Akatsuki. Let's talk about Akatsuki real quick. This Kaguya destroys Akatsuki. Because if you attack him, you can't put up your terrain anymore. And then you're always good. I don't think anyone can ever counter you except for bugs. You are a one buggy mass, my dude. I don't know why they won't fix you. But your permanent damage limit, if that carries over to this Kaguya, That'd be one of the worst things in the game. And then you're good. You're always good. You're always good. Koto. This is the same as Koto. I cannot speak. Koto. It's pretty much the exact same thing, but AoE and LP5 version. Not the best Enbu anymore. I want to say that the best one is probably Kaguya, followed by Yu, and then Gaikashi. Still the best Kizuna. Still your best status effect supporter. You're just here because you counter, and you're here to counter Konoha, and then best lead in the game. And yeah, that's your tier list. It's really a lot of non-support. It's crazy, but my favorite one has to be the Izuna, because that changes everything. Can't believe they gave Izuna an LP for free. No banners, no new Izuna. They're just like, here's Izuna, LP5 him, PvP's coming. You want him for your nun team, and I sure will use him for my nun team. And yeah, with that, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.